You walk away from the conversation. It's over. The words were said. The moment has passed. But hours later, it starts again, not out loud, inside your head. You replay what they said. You replay what you said. You rewrite your response. You imagine stronger comebacks, calmer explanations, sharper clarity. And somehow, it feels unfinished. Like something is still open. Like the argument didn't actually end. Here's the strange part. You're not trying to be dramatic. You're not trying to stay upset. You don't even want to think about it anymore. But your mind keeps pulling it back. Over and over. Why? Why does your brain treat a conversation like a problem that still needs solving? Why does it refuse to let it go? It's not because you enjoy conflict. It's not because you're obsessed. It's because your brain hates unresolved social tension. And to your brain, an argument is not just words. It's a status shift. It's a threat to connection. It's a disruption in belonging. And belonging to your nervous system is survival. So even if you walked away physically, your brain doesn't think it's finished yet. When you argue with someone, your body doesn't register it as just a conversation. It registers it as social instability. And your brain is extremely sensitive to social instability. Because for most of human history, being rejected, misunderstood, or pushed out of the group was dangerous. Not emotionally dangerous, physically dangerous. So when tension appears in a relationship, your nervous system activates. Your heart rate shifts, your tone changes, your body prepares. Even if the argument looks calm on the outside, your internal system is alert. Now here's what happens after it ends. Your logical mind moves on, but your emotional system doesn't shut off instantly. It keeps scanning. Did I say the wrong thing? Did they misunderstand me? Did I lose status? Did I damage the connection? Your brain begins running simulations, not because it enjoys drama, because it wants to prevent future threat. It replays the conversation to analyze it, to optimize it, to find better responses, to protect you next time. Think of it like mental rehearsal. Athletes rehearse to improve performance. Your brain rehearses arguments to improve social survival. But here's the catch. Unlike physical rehearsal, social rehearsal has no clear finish line. There's no scoreboard, no closure sound, no confirmation that everything is safe again. So your brain keeps looping, adjusting tone, changing words, imagining different outcomes. It's not trying to hurt you. It's trying to regain control. Because arguments create uncertainty, and uncertainty makes your nervous system uncomfortable. So the replay continues. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is still trying to stabilize the social environment. Here's what makes the replay stronger. Most arguments don't end with emotional clarity. They end with silence, or distance, or a change in tone, and your brain interprets that ambiguity as unfinished. The human mind struggles with open loops. If something feels unresolved, it keeps searching for completion. In psychology, this is sometimes called cognitive tension. Your brain wants internal consistency, but arguments create mismatch. You wanted to be understood. Maybe you weren't. You wanted to feel respected. Maybe you didn't. That gap between intention and outcome creates friction, and friction demands resolution. So your mind replays the event trying to close that gap. It rewrites the conversation. It adjusts the tone. It imagines the perfect line you wish you had said. Not because you want revenge, but because your brain wants coherence. It wants a version of the story where you felt heard, where your point landed clearly, where the emotional balance feels restored. There's another layer too. Arguments challenge identity. And if someone questions you, disagrees strongly, or dismisses your view, your brain doesn't just hear disagreement. It hears threat to self-image, and identity threats are powerful. So the replay becomes a defense mechanism. A way to protect how you see yourself. You mentally argue again to reassert your logic, to reassure yourself you were right, to stabilize your sense of self. But the more you replay without resolution, the more the loop strengthens, because every replay signals to your brain, this still matters. Here's the shift most people never make. You don't stop replaying arguments by finding the perfect comeback. You stop replaying them by giving your brain closure. Because your brain is not searching for better words, it's searching for safety. So instead of rerunning the conversation, try asking a different question. Is my connection actually broken? Is my identity truly damaged? Or is my nervous system just unsettled? Most of the time, the relationship still exists. Your identity is intact. The world did not collapse. but your brain hasn't updated that information yet. So you update it consciously. You tell yourself clearly and calmly the conversation is finished. The relationship is still stable. Oh, I don't need to solve this again right now. This isn't denial. It's recalibration. You're signaling to your nervous system that the threat is past. Another powerful shift is accepting imperfection. No conversation is ever perfectly delivered. No argument ends with flawless wording. Expecting perfection keeps the loop alive. Allowing imperfection closes it. You can also redirect the replay energy. Instead of rewriting the past, decide one simple boundary or intention for the future. One sentence, one adjustment, then let the mental rehearsal end. Because once your brain believes it has a plan, it relaxes. You're not dramatic for replaying argument. You're wired to protect connection and identity, but you don't have to live inside the loop. When you give your mind clarity, it finally stops trying to finish a conversation that already ended.